women clean better than men. I
Bro,
don't
the
like the
dirtiest
sound of
cars
that,
I've ever
man.
been in my life,
Well, look here, I don't give a
most
damn
of
if
the
they.
cars.
I hope they do, because me, I believe in gender roles, so I'm not cleaning shit. I'm not cooking. My woman's cooking and she's cleaning. I believe in gender roles. Now, with that being said, she doesn't lick a yard work. She doesn't do nothing outside. She does nothing fixing up around the house. I do it all. We bring in something. I got to put it together. I'm getting my tools, not her, me. So that's the trade-off. But I believe but it's just me. I believe in gender roles. She don't have to worry about nothing, no repairs, no gas, none of that. She gonna go grocery shopping. I'm gonna get the stuff out the car. She gonna put it up. I'm gonna go back to watching football. But that's just me. Now, if y'all clean better than me, I hope y'all can, because I expect you to clean. You cook better than me, I hope you do. I expect you to cook. Now, when it comes to that grill, that's all me. You don't touch the grill.
We
You
grilling
relax.
every night.
You relax. You enjoy the moment. You enjoy the smoke. You enjoy the flavor. You enjoy watching your man get down on the get down. But that's what it is.
But what if like what if something happens and all of a sudden she's unable, like an accident or something happens, she's unable to do
Come
those
on now.
things
Come on
anymore?
now. Come on now. You think I'm
Yeah.
a slave goddamn driver? You get up off your deathbed and go fix me a goddamn plate? Nah, that ain't how he roll. Again, I may look demeaned, I may look demonstrative and all that, but I'm not a monster. I promise you I'm not.
I don't
If
think
she's
you look
sick,
like a monster though.
you think I am. Okay, I got you.
I didn't
Look,
know.
if
I
she's
didn't
sick,
say that
if
either.
she's sick, if she's sick and she's not well and she can't do it, then he gonna come in there and take care of business. But as long as she well and upright in her right frame of mind, she gonna do what she need to do. I'm gonna do what I need to do, and we're gonna make this thing work.
All right, I'm gonna go to Paris real quick, and then I'll come back to you, Clout. All right, it's on you, Paris.
I think we have a misconstrued idea of what's really happening in society because before men, were picking up war, things like that, they were actually doing the same thing. It's more men chefs than it is women. Men actually are very good at the skill, even the cleaning. I think a lot of times women overextend themselves, so we get conditioned to seeing things one way. Because I've been around men, and I swear some of the cleanest men you will ever meet are locked up in jail. I'm talking about literally scrub, clean, sparking. It really just depends. I do not believe cooking and cleaning is a wife duty. I believe that that's something that a individual does, and I do not believe that there should be a conversation about who's going to do the cooking and cleaning because in reality, people do things around each other. Most times, the conversation goes, what do you want to eat? I feel like having this tonight. And then it leads into something else. It's not, I'm going to get in the kitchen and cook this, and I'm going to get in the kitchen and cook that. And you go pick up the kids. It's like, no, this is my schedule. I'll get off at this time. I'll go pick up the kids at this time. Or they already know those things, right? Like it's already something that you fall into as program. It's not us sitting down being robots. It's very natural. It's very organic. And it happens, right? The same way I know that there are some women, their cars are terrible looking. Their bathrooms look a mess. And then they ask men to go and intercept into that. But the issue is, right, you're asking to be a wife, but you're hesitant about cooking and cleaning, something that adults should already be doing, an adaptable skill. And I've said this once before, when women had to get up and go into the workforce, men had to pick up those adaptative skills. Marriage rates declined. People stopped being they stopped cohabitating. The need for it subsided completely. A lot of individualistic things came about. Cooking and cleaning is a bare minimal skill set to the point where you really don't even need it anymore. The reason why cleaning. The reason why people needed cooking was because most people were growing their own foods. They bargained, they used their community as far as how to even get food, and they share things amongst each other through bartering. Now, there are restaurants, bro. Like there's DoorDash, there's Lyft, there's all these other things. You can literally order your groceries and get them delivered, and the only thing you have to do is bring them in the house. So we talk about all these other things, right? But the evolution of people has occurred. Cooking and cleaning is not what's going to make you a wife. The hesitancy about when a man asks you, do you have that skill, because it's something that they would like to admire, or something that they would like to wager in seeing what they would get out of their partner. That's where the issue is. It's not if she can cook, if she can clean, because a lot of you women cannot cook at all. Like, the food is terrible. It's very rushed. If it's not Alfredo, and if it's not a seafood boil, some quick and fast, the rice need a rice cooker. You can't even do it on a pot. I come from the country. I can literally make homemade dressing where women are pulling it out the box. So, it's like we talk about these things, but at the nick and cranny of it, what we really should be discussing is, okay, if she doesn't cook, right, that can be supplemented. The cleaning definitely needs to be addressed, because you can't have two people in the house picking up bad behaviors about hygiene and things like that. Your home is your safe haven, all hands on deck. But women always try to weaponize, I go to work. Okay, and he also goes to work, and he had a house before you showed up. So what makes you think that he can't do these things? Weren't you spending time with him at his house before you even got into a relationship with him? Or when you guys got into a relationship before you moved in together, did you not see these things in advance, that he was not as clean as he may have should been, while you're discussing whether or not he cleans? He should also be able to see the same thing, unless you guys are showing it with your representative for 2 or 3 years. Unless you're not getting comfortable for 2 or 3 years. What we really need to be discussing is, okay, cooking and cleaning aside, when it's time for you to pick up majority of the slack, are you going to be able to do that and not feel the pressure to leave? That should have been the question about determining wifehood.
All right. Clout, you wanted to touch on? Oh, okay. I was going to ask you.
I
You on
want to
mute.
say that. I'm sorry. You talking to me?
No.
Yeah, I wanted to say, first off, like mostly everyone said, like what Paris said, I completely agree with. I want to stick with what I originally said, right? But something Hink said made me think. Like something Coach K said and something Hink said made me think, because Hink's position was very like, not drastic, but it was very stark. It was just like, okay, well, I'm expecting you to cook, right? And I found that very interesting, because I noticed that when Coach K mentioned these duties, the duties, the wifely duties and subject, there was like this pushback to be like, well, both people should be able to do those things, right? But I noticed that when Hink brought up certain things, like he brought up like the lawnmower or like the grilling, right? Like I noticed that when it comes to those tasks, like we never have a argument over who's supposed to do those. Like, so when it comes to the cooking and cleaning, when it comes to like the maintenance of the things that we both use in that way, that are traditionally tasks for the woman, it's always tasks that we all need to know, right? We should all know how to cook and clean. We all need to, and I do agree with that to a degree, right? But then when it comes to the specialized things that men do, like the lawn mowing, the lifting the concrete bags, the opening the jar, the reaching the thing,
Cleaning the gutters, cleaning the garage, keeping the yard up.
We never say, when it comes to those things, well,
Don't forget the oil change.
You need to learn how to do an oil change, ladies. You need to learn how to reach the thing on the top of the counter. You need to learn how to open jars. Like, we don't do that.
Cloud, let me tell you this. Ain't nobody fighting me for that. Ain't nobody fighting me to get to that weed eater. Nobody.
I will.
You're fighting to get to the weed. I know that's right.
Can I just bring up just this little caveat?
You're more than welcome.
I just want to bring up.
Definitely appreciate Hink's position on it, because it made me think of that. But
I agree if that's what most men are doing, right? If that's the trade-off. Just in my experience, just in my experience, and like I said, I know I'm looking at it from maybe a minimal view, because I'm saying my experience, that most men that I know outsource those responsibilities. So
But it's
they
still
have the money. They have the money to
Trash.
pay for a guy to maintain the lawnmower. They pay for somebody to come clean the gutters. So
it's
in that regard,
You super bougie. You
so
bougie.
for me, in that regard, if the expectation, like what Hank established, like, well, I'm out there mowing the lawn, I'm cleaning the gutters, I'm doing this and that. I do think that that's a considerable expectation to have his wife do some of those other things where he's not participating in because he's taking care of the other stuff. However, if you have the means and you're outsourcing those responsibilities, but yet you're not putting any money to outsource, like having a maid come and clean the house or whatever, to offset some of the responsibilities on the other person, I think that, that leaves room for where can you assist. So since that is taken off your plate, how can you assist in the home?